I'm back with another triggering topic. Here's another episode of Spiritual Gaslighting featuring Kelly and Natasha Cole. Now, I really honestly hate doing this series because it's actually so sad to see black women that have been conditioned and brainwashed so deeply that they think that abuse in the name of God is something that they are supposed to accept. It also misrepresents what love and marriage should really be about. But let me show y'all a clip and I'll be right back.
This marriage was hell. It was literally like the Leah and Rachel story,
Yeah,
bro. Like
it
in
was.
real life. Because I was in love with Rachel and she was Leah, trying to do everything she could to get me to love her. But I loved Rachel. I didn't want nothing to do with her. I just wanted to raise my son.
When did that turn?
The second marriage.
The second time around.
The second marriage.
Okay.
Second time we got married,
had
but
to
the
get
whole
divorced.
the whole first marriage, I was in love with Rachel.
Okay.
I didn't even see her.
So you go through the divorce.
Yeah.
You go through this season of seeing what else is out there.
Wilding.
Wow.
Went through a season.
So when
of
was
just
the
wilding.
moment where you say, you know what, I need to go back to her?
I had a prodigal son moment and I hit rock bottom. My mom had passed away, getting ready to lose my business, wanted to take my life. I literally was in the pit and I was like, man, I'm out here looking for what the Lord has already given me.
I'm gonna look in the camera and say that. I was out there looking for what the Lord had already given me. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Aaron Murphy. Throughout the whole journey where I was just out there wilding those 6 years, he wasn't even my pastor then, he was just my friend. When I told him I wanted my family back, he was like, God's gonna do it, but you're not gonna like how he does it. I didn't know what that meant. Because I was, like I said, I was still in my flesh, I still wanted it my way. And what he meant by that was, God's gonna do it, but you're gonna have to die to your flesh. You're gonna have to die to you, and you're gonna have to be reborn again. And that's what he meant. Literally, a month later, I'm on the phone. He calls me early in the morning this one morning, and I'm going off, telling him what she ain't doing. And he was like, shut up, let me pray for you. And he literally started praying. And on that call, next thing I know, I'm crying. I'm saying yes to the Lord, and I felt the yoke break. And that's when that conversion happened. I called her immediately after I hung up with him. I called her. I said, hey, all I'm asking you for right now is just to be my friend. I don't want nothing else from you. I've rededicated my life to the Lord.
I'm going to focus on him. And I said, you ain't got to worry about me trying to sleep with you. I've made a vow to the Lord. I'm not sleeping with another woman until I get married. So whether that's you or somebody else, all of that is off the table. She needed to see some fruit.
He said he wasn't going to do anything, so I would push him. I'd be like, hey, you want to give it up to me? You want to have sex? So
What happened?
he would not give it up. So I'm like, what? Kelly Cole? Right then I knew I had to pray and get an answer from God because I knew that I had been through this and I knew how he was. I'm not going to give up to anybody either. So shout out to me because I had never given up to anybody but him.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. I would have someone surgically remove my nipples and make earrings out of them before I would ever let a big back, bald headed, fugly looking man who was built like my dishwasher play in my face like this. I have no idea why so many of these neck bone scented knickknacks have complete and pure audacity. Now, you over here talking about how your wife was Leah and the other woman was Rachel. And if anyone knows the story of Rachel and Leah, Jacob was really crazy about Rachel. She was the one and who he really and truly wanted. And to sit there and demean your wife like that out loud on a public platform as you sit there looking like one of Fat Albert's big brothers is wild. I know that if he said this to me, I would have been did this. And then after that, I would have just went straight into roasting because it's like, well, what do you think I wanted, sir? Do you think that when I was a young girl dreaming about marriage, I dreamed about having a mean-spirited, bald-headed husband who has to lift his stomach up to see his genitals? But every time, like, honestly, I see these type of demonic platforms that are centered around black men and black men always playing in their wives' faces while their wives sit there looking sad and trying to just endure the indignities because they're supposed to be quote unquote happy because they got the prize at the end of the day. And in what world are women able to do this? In what world are women able to openly say how they settled for who they are with now? Like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I wanted Idris Elba, but that's who I really, 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 really wanted. But I had to go ahead and settle for your big back behind because you were willing to pay all the bills. or pay 50-50. And I bet most of the men don't find that funny though. But I bet they don't find that insightful or find that from God. And make no mistake about it, these Christian platforms are not Christian. They are of the devil, period. These are demonic platforms, and all they do is push more and more people away from any type of belief system in God. All of the double standards, the false prophets, the soothsayers, and the liars, and all of the men that use God as a smokescreen to abuse, cheat on, and manipulate kind-hearted women into being doormats. And make no mistake about it, this isn't just for Christians. It's literally for every type of religion that you can think of. There are men that use it to manipulate women, to make women more open for abuse. And I think that's something that we have to be honest about and accept that and realize that that is going to happen, because there's always going to be men that are going to take advantage of anything and pervert anything, even things that are meant for good. But anyway, I'm just going to say that that is the purpose of platforms like the one that you just saw. Honestly, you will see these black men that aren't worth the skin that they are in, hiding behind this fake man of God persona to ultimately try to brainwash black women into believing that following God means partaking in struggle love and being devalued on a consistent basis. This man asked this nut, what made you realize that you needed to go back to your wife? And this man said that he had a prodigal son moment and hit rock bottom. What? So because you were at your lowest, you decided to come find me to help you? But if everything was going smoothly for you, you would have stayed gone. But because you were down bad, you decided to go back to your old faithful goofball that you know has zero self-esteem and that will take you back and deal with you. This is exactly why I say that women should never support men when they are at their lowest, because men go to women that they don't respect when they are at their lowest, not women they truly love. And I also want to say that this whole thing of putting all of these emotions and feelings on God that they were doing. Oh, I asked God, should I take this no good Negro back? And he told me yes. Or I was doing everything under the sun to this woman, using, abusing her, cheating on her, disrespecting her. And God told me to come back still while I was a broken man and come and bring some more mess and drama into her life. God told me that. God is not going to give you anything negative, anything harmful. And I really feel like a lot of times that these people use God as a scapegoat. Now, I can only say what I believe because I don't know what's in these people's minds, but I truly feel that they use God as a scapegoat for what they want to do. You already want to do it. You know it's crazy, but you want to try to say that it's God so that people can get behind your foolishness. The same reason why Adrienne Bailon was talking about when she was running around here with that man that was married and had been cheating on his wife and all that stuff. Oh, God told me I was supposed to be with this married man, this adulterer. God told me that. No, he didn't. And it's just like how the woman in the video said, well, I asked God about him and God told me, yeah, take him back. No, I don't believe that. I believe that you wanted to and you use God as your excuse. You want God to excuse your stupidity. But I don't believe that God would tell you to take back a man that broke your wedding vows and played in your face for years and is still devaluing you to this very day. And it's sad to see how she said that she was never with anyone but him. And he just sat there and rolled his eyes. And you can tell that he still doesn't have any care for her. No real understanding of what he has truly done to her. No true empathy for the things that he's put her through. And this lack of remorse and lack of care that I see so many black men have for black women is really, in my opinion, rooted in entitlement at the end of the day. Because so many black men feel as if it is black women's duty to be their doormat, that is their birthright to be the black man's doormat and clean up woman. And also, it's so many black women that go head first into that ideology. They will let a black man A-town stomp on their feelings and play in their faces, cheat on them, beat on them, use their money up, and a bajillion of other things, and still run after these men and chase them like they are the prize. And they never even tell these men their real feelings. They just smile, even though you can see the pain behind their eyes. And these men think it's okay. And these men won't even think to even decipher what is truly in your heart, or what is that look, or what is that pain that lies behind that smile. And I'll tell you why, because a man doesn't care about what you say or how you feel. What he cares about is your actions and how it benefits him. And it's really just that simple. So if a man has treated you like so badly, like this bald-headed ogre just did, okay, if you let a man that looks like this treat you terribly and you take him back and you remarry him, you are unconsciously telling him that his treatment of you was okay, that it wasn't bad at all. Because if it was truly bad, there is no way that you would have taken him back, remarried him, and let him back in your bed. So my thing is that you cannot get men to understand what they have done to you and the seriousness of it if you are laid up with him. The only thing a man will respect is you saying, oh, you know what? That was really bogus. Was it now? Yes. Goodbye. We will never, ever, ever, ever be together again. That is the only thing that will send a message to a man like this. Because if he understood anything else, he would have never did it in the first place. And then my thing is this, is that I can guarantee you that if she had done what he did to her, he would have never entertained her again. And, I know that not everyone believes in God. So if you don't, then just go ahead and skip this part. All right. I'll give you a second. But if you do, I want you to know something. God wants you to be happy. He wants you to be loved. He wants you to be treated with respect and care. You are somebody. God would never want you to be with a man that is going to treat you like you are worthless, like you are an afterthought. Now, you may be happily married. You may be happily single. You may have children. You may not have children. Wherever you end up is where you are supposed to be. And you are not supposed to be in a situation like this. Once again, God wants you to be happy. Please, please, please do not let men who benefit off of the lies that they lie to you or tell to you sit there and tell you, oh, God is the one behind you staying with me. No, God is not behind that. And he is lying to you to manipulate you. God would never want you to spend the rest of your life with a man who would never choose you if he had everything that he needed. God would never want you to be with a man who only chose you because he was at rock bottom. God would never want you to spend the rest of your life with a man who does not think that you are his number one top pick. And the thing about it is that I want to say this. Stop using God and religion to manipulate and brainwash black women or women in general into being submissive doormats that are okay with abuse. That is not of God, period. And make no mistake about it. This is abuse. It is. Putting your wife on a public platform and devaluing her and degrading her and humiliating her and telling the world how you never wanted her, you didn't like her, you came back to her when you were at your lowest, and now you have begun to tolerate and accept her. That is completely abusive. Really and honestly, it's nowhere near love. And if you think that it is, you need to book an appointment with a therapist immediately, ASAP. Okay? And if you can't afford a therapist, send me a DM. please, so that I can talk to you, send me an email to unpopularopinionsblkwmn@gmail.com so that we can have a conversation and I can speak life into you and you can realize that you are more than this. Honestly. And I just want to say that this video isn't even meant to bash this woman because I really feel bad for this woman. I really do. I hope that one day this beautiful black queen has an awakening and she realizes that this man is beneath her. But I digress. If you watched this whole video and you truly enjoyed it, then please do me a favor and drop a 111 down below in the comments. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. I know times are hard out here. We all just trying to make it. So do your girl a free favor. Follow your girl on TikTok. I do live stream there exclusively. Follow your girl on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And subscribe. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. And I would like to hear what y'all think about this. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.